If you can't turn your mind off, watch this closely. Hey friend, I know exactly how you feel right now. It's late at night. The world is quiet. Everyone else seems to be sleeping peacefully. But your brain, it's running a marathon. Thoughts are spinning like a broken record. Worries about tomorrow, regrets from yesterday, random ideas that won't let go. You tell yourself, just stop thinking. But the more you try, the louder it gets. Sound familiar? You're not broken. You're not weak. And you're definitely not alone. Millions of people around the world lie awake every single night with a mind that simply refuses to switch off. This isn't just overthinking. It's your brain stuck in a loop. And today, we're going to understand why it happens. And, most importantly, how to gently guide it back to peace. Let's start with the truth. Your mind is designed to think. It's a survival tool. For thousands of years, our ancestors needed a hyper-alert brain to watch for danger, predators, hunger, threats to the tribe. That racing mind kept them alive. But in our modern world, the threats have changed. Now, instead of lions, we have deadlines, bills, social media notifications, family expectations, and an endless stream of information. Your brain doesn't know the difference. It treats every worry like a tiger hiding in the bushes. So when you finally lie down to rest, your mind thinks, okay, now I have time to solve everything. It starts replaying conversations, planning the future, replaying mistakes, imagining worst-case scenarios. This is what psychologists call rumination or racing thoughts. And at night, when there are no distractions, it feels 10 times louder. Why does this happen more at night? Simple. During the day, your attention is pulled outward, work, people, phone, noise. But the moment silence arrives, all those unprocessed thoughts rush in like water breaking through a dam. Plus, when you're tired, your brain's ability to regulate emotions drops. Anxiety, stress, and even excitement feel amplified. It's not that your mind is against you. It's actually trying to protect you. It just doesn't know when to stop. But here's the good news. You can train it to slow down. Not by forcing it to shut up, that usually makes it worse, but by understanding it, befriending it, and giving it better ways to rest. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt truly mentally quiet? Maybe as a child, lying on the grass watching clouds. Or during a peaceful walk where your thoughts just floated by without grabbing you. That state is still possible. It's your natural state underneath all the noise. The constant chatter is a habit, and like any habit, it can be gently rewired. Many people who struggle with this also deal with anxiety, high-stress jobs, perfectionism, or even past trauma. Sometimes it's linked to ADHD, hormonal changes, or simply the pace of modern life. If your mind races every single night and it's affecting your sleep, your mood, or your energy, know that it's common, and there are real, proven ways to change it. The first step is awareness. Right now, as you're listening to my voice, notice what's happening in your head. Are thoughts already jumping around? That's okay. Don't fight them. Just observe them, like watching cars pass on a busy road. You don't have to chase every car or judge the driver. You can simply notice. This is the beginning of mindfulness. Not emptying the mind, but changing your relationship with it. When you stop identifying with every thought as me or truth, they start losing their power. Thoughts are just mental events. They come, they go. You are the one who watches them. Let's do a small experiment together right now. Take a slow, deep breath in, and let it out even slower. Good. Now, close your eyes if you can safely, or soften your gaze. Ask yourself, what is my next thought going to be? Wait for it. See, there's a tiny gap. A moment of silence before the next thought arrives. That gap is where peace lives. Most of us never notice it because we're so caught up in the stream. But it's always there. The problem isn't that you have thoughts. The problem is that you believe them all, follow them all, and let them hijack your nervous system. When your mind races, your body thinks danger is near. Heart rate goes up, muscles tense, breathing becomes shallow. This creates a vicious cycle. Racing mind gives stressed body, gives even more racing mind. So we need to break the cycle at both levels, mind and body. Before we move into the practical tools in part 2, I want you to hear this clearly. It's not about forcing your mind to be blank. That's impossible and frustrating. Real mental peace comes from acceptance, gentle redirection, and giving your brain what it actually needs: safety, routine, and space to process during the day instead of at 2 a.m. Many people make the mistake of trying to think positively or suppress thoughts. But suppression is like pushing a beach ball underwater. It pops up harder later. Instead, We learn to acknowledge the thoughts without letting them take the wheel. Think of your mind like a puppy. It's energetic, curious, and sometimes chaotic. If you yell at the puppy or ignore it completely, it gets worse. But if you give it clear boundaries, exercise, and calm guidance, it learns to settle down beautifully. You deserve nights where your mind feels soft, quiet, and ready for deep rest. You deserve mornings where you wake up refreshed instead of exhausted from mental battles. In the next part of this script, which is coming right after this, we're going to go deep into powerful, science-backed techniques that actually work. How to do a proper brain dump, so your mind stops holding onto everything at night. Breathing methods that calm your nervous system in minutes. Body relaxation exercises that release physical tension. Mindfulness tricks to create that beautiful gap between you and your thoughts. Daily habits that prevent racing thoughts from building up in the first place. In a full guided session you can follow along with tonight. But for now, in this first part, I want you to do one simple thing before we continue. Pause for a moment. Place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Feel your breath moving naturally. Say silently to yourself, "It's okay, my mind is busy right now, and that's all right. I'm safe. I can learn to rest." Repeat that a few times. Feel the kindness in those words. Self-compassion is one of the most powerful tools against overthinking, because a lot of racing thoughts come from self-pressure, fear of failure, or the need to control everything. You don't have to fix your entire life tonight. You just have to be here, breathing, listening, and taking one small step toward peace. This journey isn't about perfection. Some nights will be easier than others. That's normal. What matters is showing up consistently with patience and curiosity instead of frustration. You've already taken the first step by watching or reading this. That shows you care about your peace, and that care is the seed from which real change grows. Stay with me. In part 2, we'll move from understanding to transformation. I'll guide you through exercises you can use immediately, tonight, to finally quiet that busy mind and invite the deep, restorative sleep you've been missing. Until then, breathe slowly, be gentle with yourself, and remember, the fact that your mind is active doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means you're human, and you're ready to learn a better way. The first and most powerful technique is called the brain dump. Many people carry an entire day's worth of unfinished thoughts into bed. Your mind keeps replaying them, because it fears forgetting something important. So give your mind permission to let go by writing everything down before sleep. Here's exactly how to do it. 30 to 60 minutes before you plan to sleep, sit with a notebook or even your phone notes. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Write down every single thought that comes. Worries about work, things you need to do tomorrow, random memories, fears, ideas, anything. Don't edit, don't make it neat. Just dump it all out. When the timer ends, close the notebook and say to yourself, "Everything important is now safely written down. My mind can rest now." This simple act tells your brain the information is stored somewhere safe, so it no longer needs to hold onto it at 3 a.m. Next, we work with your body because a tense body creates a tense mind. Try this progressive relaxation method. Lie down in bed. Start from your toes and slowly move upward. Tense each muscle group for 5 seconds, then release it completely. Toesy feet, calves, thighs, stomach, chest, arms, shoulders, neck, face. As you release each part, silently say relax or let go. Most people discover they were holding far more physical tension than they realized. When the body softens, the mind follows. Breathing is your fastest way to calm the nervous system. The technique I recommend is called 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for 7 counts. Then exhale completely through your mouth for 8 counts, making a soft whooshing sound. Repeat this cycle 4 times. This pattern activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode, and interrupts the fight-or-flight response that fuels racing thoughts. Do it whenever your mind starts spinning. Now let's talk about the thought watching. Practice. When a thought arrives and tries to pull you in, don't push it away. Instead, label it gently. If it's a worry about tomorrow, say planning. If it's a regret, say remembering. If it's fear, say worrying. Labeling creates distance. You stop being lost inside the thought and become the observer. After labeling, return your attention to your breath or the feeling of your body lying on the bed. Thoughts will keep coming. That's normal. Each time you notice and return, you're strengthening the muscle of calm awareness. Another effective method is scheduling worry time. If your mind loves to bring up problems at night, set aside 10 minutes during the day, perhaps in the afternoon, specifically for worrying. During that time, Write down every concern and even try to think of solutions. When the same worries appear at bedtime, you can remind yourself, I already gave this attention earlier. Now is rest time. This trains your brain that night is not the time for problem solving. Create a wind-down routine that signals safety to your mind. 1 hour before bed, dim the lights, stop using screens, and do something slow and pleasant, light stretching, reading fiction, listening to calm audio, or gentle journaling. Avoid anything stimulating. Consistency matters more than perfection. Your brain learns that this sequence means time to slow down. If your thoughts are especially loud, try the worst-case scenario exercise in a controlled way. Ask yourself, what is the worst that could realistically happen? Then ask, could I survive it? Most of the time the answer is yes. This reduces the emotional charge because the mind fears the unknown more than the known. Once you face it on paper, the thought often loses its grip. For those nights when nothing seems to help, use sensory grounding. Name 5 things you can hear, 4 things you can feel against your skin, 3 things you can smell if possible, 2 things you can taste by taking a sip of water, and 1 slow breath. This brings you back into the present moment and away from mental stories. Long-term change comes from daytime habits too. Regular exercise, even a 30-minute walk, reduces overall anxiety and tires the body in a healthy way. Cutting caffeine, afternoon, and managing screen time helps dramatically. Also, limit news and social media in the evening. They feed the mind with new things to worry about. Remember, the goal is not a completely empty mind. A perfectly silent mind is rare even for experienced meditators. The real win is when thoughts come, but they don't hook you. They pass like clouds in the sky while you remain grounded. Let's do a short guided practice together right now. You can follow along wherever you are. Settle into a comfortable position. Close your eyes if it feels right. Take 3 slow breaths in and out. Now bring your attention to the natural rhythm of your breathing. Feel the air entering your nostrils. Feel it leaving. If a thought arises, notice it. Label it softly and return to the breath. There is no need to stop thinking. Just keep coming back to this moment. Imagine your mind as a vast, calm ocean. Thoughts are waves on the surface, some small, some big. But deep below, the water remains still. You are that deep stillness. Waves can come and go, but they don't disturb the depth. Rest in that awareness. If your mind wanders, that's okay. Gently guide it back without self-criticism. Each return is a moment of success. Stay here for a few more breaths. Feel the weight of your body supported by the bed or chair. Feel the softness of the moment. You are safe. You are allowed to rest. Nothing needs to be solved right now. When you're ready to sleep, keep this gentle awareness. If thoughts return, repeat silently, not now, time to rest. Then return to your breath or the feeling of relaxation in your body. You now have a complete toolkit. Brain dump, body relaxation, breathing exercises, thought labeling, worry scheduling, wind down routine, and grounding. Pick 1 or 2 that feel easiest and practice them consistently for the next 7 days. Small daily effort creates big change over time. Some nights will still be harder. That's part of the process. Be patient with yourself the way you would be with a tired friend. Speak kindly to your mind instead of getting angry at it. The kinder you are, the faster it learns to settle. You deserve peaceful nights and clear mornings. You deserve to wake up feeling rested instead of drained from mental battles. That peace is already inside you. We're simply learning to access it more easily. Thank you for staying with me through both parts. If these techniques help even a little, you've already taken a powerful step toward better sleep and a calmer mind. Keep practicing. The quiet you're looking for is closer than you think. Sleep well tonight. Breathe slowly. Let go. You've got this.